Welcome to Everything's Debatable, where hot takes meet real talk. From local laws to celeb mess, real estate to religion, no topics off limits. The panel's ready, the mics are hot, and the truth, well, that's up for debate.
So this is me back for a new season of Everything's Debatable. Back for a new season. It's been about 3 years that I've been doing this. Now, keep in mind how it started. It started in the basement with $1 in a dream, right? And I've been doing it on and off. I am consistently inconsistent because there's a lot of other things that happen. There are things that go on and all of that, and then I'm over here. I got this to do. I'm over there. It's all type of stuff. But I'm back, new season. I'm trying to get it all together. I have some help now, so that's a great thing. I have help. I have a new assistant that's really been very helpful to me, writing up my stuff so it's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, welcome to Everything's Debatable, where opinions clash, hot takes collide, and your voice matters. I'm your host, Bosco, and today we're taking it from the streets of Rockford, Illinois, to the halls of Congress. So let's get into it. We're kicking it off in Rockford, Illinois, where the politics are petty, the ordinances are outdated, and the debates get dirtier. The debates get dirtier than a mayor's search history. Let's talk local laws and petty power moves. Our first segment is called Close to Home. It's close to home because it's about Rockford. It's about the state of Illinois. So we're talking about Rockford's zoning board approved a controversial abortion clinic in a residential area. The Illinois Appellate Court overturned it, citing zoning violations. Meanwhile, Illinois lawmakers are trying to curb crime-free housing laws, arguing that they unfairly target tenants for minor or non-criminal infractions. We want to look at both sides of this. So this is side A. Residents deserve safe neighborhoods and zoning integrity. Crime-free housing could improve safety. Side B is zoning decisions shouldn't block access to health care. Crime-free housing is used to discriminate. Is it protection or overreach? Are we protecting peace or just profiling people? Now, as far as the zoning board and their decision on this this controversial abortion clinic, to be honest, I don't really care, and that's just me being honest. I don't care. I feel like there's probably another clinic elsewhere, and if you need to find a clinic, you would do so. If you want an abortion, then you'll find a clinic to have an abortion. But the thing that I am concerned about here is this crime-free housing. Now, granted, as a landlord, I would be concerned. As a landlord, I can understand that. You don't want criminal activity happening at a property that you're renting. You don't want that. But when I was reading about this, they're trying to ease the restrictions on this particular law, because what's been happening is that you can face eviction if you're calling 911 too much. If you're calling 911 too much, you can be evicted. Also, there can be non-criminal activity for what you can be evicted. Now, I don't like this because you can set a precedence, a very dangerous one, where a person does not want to call 911 for whatever reason. It could be they're being stalked, they're suffering from domestic violence, whatever the reason may be. They start to feel that they don't want to call 911 because they don't want to be evicted from their residence. And I don't, there has to be a way to somehow better structure the law so that people aren't afraid to reach out to the people that's supposed to be there to serve and protect them. That's what I say. That's my personal opinion on that. And like I said, it just sets it's very risky. It sets a dangerous precedent. So I think that it should be eased. That's my personal opinion. Segment 2 now is called Fame or Flames. Fame or Flames. Now on to the land of fame, filters, and effery everywhere. Celebrities say dumb things and athletes forget their phones are recording. Let's dive. That's a jab at Shannon Sharp, if you don't remember. Let's dive into the week's public meltdown and decide who's canceled and who's clowning. And this is Larsa Pippen says her decision to date NBA star Malik Beasley during his marriage was due to COVID brain. COVID brain. I don't know. What is people just make up anything? What is COVID brain? Are you saying that you were sick with COVID and that for that reason you decided to, have this affair? Because he was married. He was a married man. But anyway, she said it was COVID brain. The internet called cap. And side A of this, grown folks make grown decisions. It's her life, et cetera, et cetera. Side B will say that's not just a bad look, it's a bad pattern. Public figures should know better. Is this a case of messy love or public accountability? Let me say this. I don't feel that we should put these people on a pedestal for any reason, to look up to these people and feel that they have some kind of obligation to be role models, upstanding citizens and what have you. And what I found interesting today when I thought about that was the fact that you don't have those same expectations for people in certain music genres, right? Rappers, we don't expect for them to be faithful. You know what I mean? We expect for them to be messing with plenty of hoes, right? And we expect, there's different expectations for those people. We never expect for them to be role models. So I don't, and what I realized was that it's not the celebrity status that's saying that he needs to be a role model or even her herself. Now, I don't know if, the spotlight was on her as much as it was on Malik Beasley. I would need to go back and actually research that. But I think that in professional sports, NBA, NFL, MLB, other professional sports, it is professional sports, you're expected to act a certain type of way, dress a certain type of way, stay out of the news. You're not supposed to have any dirty laundry, so to speak. You're not supposed to have any of those things going on. And it's not about you as an individual. It's about the image of the league. Because like I said, you don't expect the same thing from a rapper, right? You don't have those same expectations. So I don't think I heard my wife mention that Savage was, he has a girlfriend, he's married, and he's messing with Lizzo. But I don't hear anyone, online or anywhere else saying, 21 Savage is, not, being a good role model. You know what I mean? So I think that it's just a personal decision. And like I said, I just don't think that we should hold those people to a higher standard. Now, of course, if you signed off on certain things in your contract to, have certain dress, address the media, stay out of the news, no criminal cases, no infidelity or whatever, then that's something else. And yeah. So, but everything is debatable. Feel free to chime in. You can comment at any time. Go back, watch the video, leave your comments, share all of that good stuff. Right now, we finna get to the bag. Money talks, and broke folks argue the loudest. We're breaking down the bag business. We're breaking down the bag business, real estate, side hustles, ending with a this or that showdown, stocks or crypto, landlord or vending machine. Now, I thought this was a good one, and I think that my wife and I really need to discuss this ourselves. It's bag talk. I already said that. Anyway, Airbnb is becoming an everything app offering events, classes, and celebrity experiences. Investors are split. Is this next level diversification or a distraction? This or that. So Airbnb, quick, flexible money, but inconsistent and hands-on. It's inconsistent and hands-on. And that's really my major concern, the inconsistency. I didn't think it would be too much hands-on, but now that I'm, thinking about it, it will have to be. Because if you have someone staying there, then you need somebody to go in, clean it up, stuff like that. Long-term rentals. So it's Airbnb or long-term rentals. Predictable, with a long-term rental, you have predictable passive income, but slower returns. So I guess the question is, do you want fast money or long money? I would like to try both, to be honest. I would like to try out Airbnb at some point in time in the future. I would. Just to, because I'm a person that likes to acquire knowledge. I'm all about acquiring knowledge, and I'm okay with a failure, failing to learn, or failing forward, whatever they call it. I'm okay with doing that because a lot of times you have to take the risk in order to learn. Sometimes people aren't going to teach you; they're not going to show you. And so, personally, I'm okay with taking those risks and seeing. So I would like to try both, but as far as allocation, I think you have to diversify. So I think you definitely need a long-term rental. And that's what I would start off with, is something long-term, because again, you want passive income. Hopefully, we are in a position shortly to have both of our properties where we want them at, and we can kind of put them on autopilot and allow a property manager to take over and, do all of that, make sure the handyman is on call and everything else. And once we do that, we can, start venturing into other areas of real estate and, landlording. Or time to make your uncle at Thanksgiving or Memorial Day weekend uncomfortable. We're stepping into the danger zone: religion and politics. They always say two things you don't argue or debate: religion and politics. So it's no fake peace, no filter, just, grown folks talking truths and throwing sacred shade. I don't know if I like that intro. I think I might get rid of that intro. But anyway, with mega churches raking millions and pastors flying private, more Americans are asking, should churches be tax exempt? Side A would say they provide services, help communities, and deserve protection. Side B, if they act like businesses, they should be taxed like businesses. If the pastor got a Rolls Royce, and your street got potholes, we might need to take a talk. We might need to talk. So I think that there are churches and there are pastors and, congregations who are actually out here to do the work. I believe that wholeheartedly, regardless to the message that they're preaching, whatever. I believe that there are pastors and churches, congregations who are out here doing the work. So I don't think that it's fair to use this umbrella. If you're a church, then you're no longer tax exempt. So no matter how people may feel about it, unless you want to go in and start saying that we're going to audit the churches and audit the pastors, I don't think that you can make that argument where they should pay taxes. I don't believe that's a great argument. Like I said, you would have to be like, okay, we're going to audit the pastor to find out where he's spending the money, because I know that there's some pastors out here that are absolutely running their church like a business, and they're pilfering off the people. You know what I mean? And they're gaining wealth, becoming richer. And in my mind, I always wonder, because really, in reality, I feel that the pastor, unless you have something else going on, I feel that the pastor should almost be the poorest person in the church, because I feel that it's so many people that you have to take care of, and that's your job, is to administer to your congregation, the people, the orphans, the widows, things like that. And so I don't see that all the time. But again, I feel that if you don't allow them all to be tax exempt, then some of the churches or the pastors who are actually doing the work will suffer, and that's unfair. So like I said, unless you want to do an audit of all churches and pastors, then I just think it has to remain the same, the way it is now.
Now for our hot seat lightning round, we have singer and songwriter Jus Daj in the hot seat.
Why do you feel that way?
And I don't want to say outdated. I just think, and I could be understanding the question wrong, but I don't want to say outdated. But I think gender roles have been placed so much upon us. We have lost, I can just only use me, for example. Like, I'm a hard worker, and I have met men who feel like, I shouldn't work hard. But for me, bringing value, to myself means I can bring value to a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just expected for women to cook and clean and stay at home and do this. And it's like, that's no fun. It's cool, but as far as that being your role every day, so I do feel like it's outdated. Yeah, totally, definitely.
Think so?
And also, here I go again. It depends. It depends. Is that community trying to make change? Is that family that's needing help helping themselves? You get what I'm saying? But totally, definitely totally. A lot of people are dating for help.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm just giving you my opinion. People date for help, and people date for what is it like? A lot of people are needing therapy, and rather than going to therapy, they go and put themselves in a relationship, taking on the baggage from their last relationship, taking on their family trauma, taking on. So now you're just in this miserable situation, you know what I'm saying? Because what you really needed was therapy, so you could get in tune with your emotions and those thoughts and feelings that you try to run, that you thought you could find and soothe in a relationship. I say Black people should stop using the N-word if they are going to get so offended when other races use it. because we're not using it properly anyways. Because really, the N word comes. It was spelled and pronounced differently, and it meant royalty. So we are not properly using it. We use it to and I'm not gonna say degrade, but it has become so commonly thrown and it's used now. I don't even care. I'm so sorry that I said that. But another race, she said it the other day, and I could tell that she was saying it to get my attention. And it didn't budge because, who cares? Who cares? I don't care. No, but I don't want to seem like I'm speaking for all men because I know that all men aren't but I don't feel like most black men. A guy made a comment the other day, and he was like in New York, and he was like seeing I don't know if it was Latinos or something, but he was so he was basically saying he like it when they get crazy and angry, because it's sexy when they do it, but with black people, and I was just like, that is so messed up. So I was like, y'all do even though they are black just like us, just a different form of black, I do feel like everybody other than us, they get a pass at being angry. They get a pass at being loud. They get a pass at being whatever. Yes, I do feel like black women are not appreciated enough by black men. Absolutely. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, Kendrick Lamar.
Nipsey Hussle. And yellow. It's like Yellow Jacket or something. I can't think of his name, but Yellow Pain or something. He is very, oh my gosh, the way he raps is so educational. It's amazing.
That's it for this today's show, this round of Everything is Debatable. If you agreed, disagreed, or just had a whole argument in your head, that's great. That means you're thinking. Keep questioning, keep speaking, and keep debating everything. Question everything.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. Before we go, we want to thank Jus Daj for being a guest and sharing her thoughts and opinions. Here is her smash hit, a song entitled Let's Get Right.
What's up? Nice boys.
Yes, thank you.
in the morning.